Should you file a bankruptcy before a divorce or after a divorce? That's the question and topic we're going to cover today. My name is Norman Douglas. I own the Kansas Bankruptcy Center located in Wichita, Kansas. We file consumer bankruptcies, Chapter 7, Chapter 13. You can schedule a free consultation at mybankruptcymeeting.com. If you go there, you can see my schedule, fill out the intake form, schedule at a time that's convenient for you, and I will talk to you. All right, so today we're going to talk about bankruptcy and divorce. Which one do you file first? Do you file bankruptcy, then file divorce? Do you file for a divorce, wait for that to be finished, and then file bankruptcy? One of the clear answers is you don't do both at the same time, generally. It's very rare that you want to file a bankruptcy and a divorce at the same time because those two cases will screw with each other. Property-wise, everything involved is not a good idea. So generally you want to do one or the other before. So what are some issues, or pros of filing filing bankruptcy before you file for divorce? One, you can share basically attorney fees, filing fees, so there's less costs. Again, that is if you and your spouse can get along through the bankruptcy process. You don't want to disagree and have that argument going on if you cannot get along. If you cannot get along, generally you want to file the bankruptcy after you get divorced. That way you guys aren't having to work together. All right. So that's one of the pros. Is it's cheaper cost usually. Another pro of filing bankruptcy before you file divorce is that you can get rid of all of your joint debts, unsecured debts, prior to filing for divorce. So that way, when you go through a divorce, the family court judge is not separating unsecured debts. You pay this one, he pays, she pays that one, whichever it may be. It's all taken care of. So really the only thing you're worried about is your secured debt. That's pretty much it. All right, so if you file divorce and then file bankruptcy, what happens? Again, if you're not getting along, sometimes you want to get the divorce finalized before the bankruptcy. One of the pros of doing that is if you cannot pass the means test together, right? So if you are divorced, then it's just your income and not your spouse's as well. That also works if you're separated. If you're separated and not living together, then the bankruptcy means test will only use your income, not your spouse's. Another issue with filing for divorce and then bankruptcy is that if the family court judge orders ex-spouse to pay a $5,000 credit card and then they go and file bankruptcy, then the problem becomes is that the credit card company or whoever the unsecured creditor is doesn't care really about the family court's order. Both of you signed the contract with Visa or whomever, and Visa is going to come after each of you. They're not going to pay attention to the family court order. So if ex-spouse files bankruptcy, they're off the hook for that debt unless there's something specific in the divorce decree that says they can't get out of it, which is pretty rare. So when that happens, then now both spouses sometimes, or the ex-spouses, file anyway. And so you're back in the same boat you were in the beginning. Both of you filing, and so sometimes if you can get along, it's better to file together before you get divorced, before you separate. That's all I got. Generally, you want to make sure you talk to your bankruptcy attorney and or divorce attorney and see which one is better. It kind of, again, depends on income. It depends on what types of debts are out there. Do you want the property split, now, and then unsecured debts you both file, or one files, or do you want to file bankruptcy, have that all taken care of, and then in the divorce just worry about family matters, right? Switching or separating the secured debts and then custody issues, whatever else may come up. So that's all I got today. Just basically, when is it a good time to file bankruptcy if you're going to file divorce, and or vice versa? You really need to talk to an attorney to figure out which is best for you, because there are advantages and disadvantages to whichever way you go, as always with the law, right? So my name is Norman Douglas. I appreciate you watching. You can go to mybankruptcymeeting.com and schedule a free consultation. Other than that, I will see you next time. Later.